Hello, hello, hello. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to episode number 33 of The Spoonful. It's good to see you. What is going on, Batman? Anyone else who's here, that's lurking by or whatever you might be doing, what is going on? It's good to see you. How is it hanging? Welcome. Yes, episode 33. Wow. We've gotten pretty far here, haven't we? 33 episodes is quite a lot to go, so I just want to say thank you guys for supporting me all the way through this. And I'm actually going to try to get some more things organized, I guess you could say, for the show. So, for example, maybe scheduling guests to be on the show more regularly rather than it just happening kind of randomly. It's been half a year. Wow, yes, it has. That is crazy. It's actually been more than half a year because it's 52 weeks in a year, so 33 weeks basically. that's crazy. That's really awesome. Oh, geez. What's up, K Moore? Welcome to the stream, man. How's it going? And yeah, I also had pizza, sir. I did have some good old pizza. Making sure I turn the sound effects off because I did forget. But there we go. So yeah, I want to try to get some more things organized. Now that the show has pretty much been established, like, really well, for example, like my friends and my parents, and they all recognize that I have a show at Wednesday, 7 p.m. So they know that, like, this time slot pretty much for an hour on Wednesday is taken up. So that means I can kind of do make it my own thing and sort of take it to a whole nother level if I want to, and that's what I want to do. So it's really cool. So we'll see, if you guys have ideas for the show or anything like that, we can talk about it during my regular broadcast or anything. And yeah, but anyway, before I get into recent gaming, which is what we always like to start with, make sure you guys submit viewer topics. You can type !topic in the chat and put your topic afterwards. It'll automatically be added, and that's good. That's good. Turkey pot pie is being made. Nice. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of turkey either, Kmore. But some people like it. It's liked all around the world. But just I don't like it. So anyway, recent gaming. What have I been playing? Played some the H1Z1 new update. That was fun. And I know Battle Royale is up, so I probably will be playing that tonight at some point. Also, I've been playing some Hearthstone. We actually have some Hearthstone news that I will get into later in the show. But playing a little bit Gears of War when I was testing out my Elgato, which I actually haven't debuted on stream yet, but I've just been testing it and checking out the recordings and stuff for it, and it seems like it's pretty solid. Excuse me. Oh, wow, you sold the case for $530. Holy crap, that's pretty awesome. Excuse me. Oh, yeah. What's up, Steric? Excuse me. Welcome to the stream, man. How's it going? There's a spider in your room. You're moving out. Sell my crate? I don't know. Should I? Why? Like, should I sell it? I don't know. I'll talk about it later. Just because if I sell it, like, then I don't have it. And what if I want to get a key? Or give it to you? No, I probably would sell it if I was going to get rid of it. But anyway, recent gaming, that's basically what I've been playing. Played some Call of Duty World at War, which is fun. And yeah, been playing. I actually played a good amount off stream just because I was kind of sick. I still do have a little bit of a cough, but my voice sounds much better. Also, I was at Comic-Con, so Comic-Con was awesome, and that kind of brings me into the first topic that I wanted to talk about was Comic-Con. How awesome was Comic-Con? People were asking me and things of that nature, so this actually isn't centered. I wonder if there's a way I could, like, center this out. I don't think there is, which sucks, but yeah. I'm actually thinking of redoing the way the Spoonful looks as well, a little bit. But so New York Comic Con was awesome. I had a press pass, which is actually in the other room. I wanted to show you guys, but I don't have it. It's in the other room. And I had a press pass, which basically means I have a 4-day pass to Comic Con. I could have went Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I ended up going only Saturday just because of the way things were planned out. But next year, I'm gonna plan it out so I can go, you know, the most amount of days that I could go. What's up, Fanatic Cheese? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. I know, reprint that thing out, yeah. Oh! Hey, welcome to the Utensil Army. Somebody, it did not go off the alert system for some reason. Let me just go ahead, I'll put it right there. I don't know why it didn't go off, but let me check who followed. Fanatic Cheese, if it was you, thank you so much for the follow. I'll check in a moment here. Yes, it was Fanatic Cheese. Thank you for the follow, man. I do appreciate that. Yeah, that notification. Yeah, we're bringing that old sound back. It's pretty awesome. And yes, we did have a new background here for the Spoonful. But anyway, New York Comic Con was really awesome. Like I said, I only went Saturday. I really wanted to go more days, but I just couldn't, just the way things were scheduled out. So next year, I do plan on going, excuse me, more days, assuming I get another press badge, which I really want to get again, which is going to make me motivated to keep up with my website and things like that, which is myslackermind.com. If you guys didn't know, that is like my tech site where I can post on there and have writers and things like that. Yeah, Comic-Con was awesome. I played some Just Cause 3, which it was the alpha of it, and I think I talked about it in one of my previous streams, but it didn't, you know, the visuals look great, and it's really open world. It's a pretty huge world. But the controls were just god awful. I played it on the Xbox One, which, you know, you guys know I love that controller. Yeah, that's actually not their website there, Steric. It's myslackermind.com is what I got the press badge for. Yeah, I played Just Cause 3, which, you know, like I said, I don't really like the controls. They were really horrible, actually. But, you know, I've never played a Just Cause game before, so maybe people who've played it before are used to the controls, you know, and they actually are excited for Just Cause 3. I wanted to play Dark Souls 3, but I didn't get a chance to, but it was there. It did have a pretty long line, too, so that would have eaten up a lot of the day. And I met the guy who does the voice for Marcus in Gears of War. He also does Bender's voice, and he also does Jake from Adventure Time. He's done a bunch of other voices. His name is John DiMaggio, and he's really freaking awesome. He's a really cool guy. I got his autograph. He basically had a picture of Marcus, and it says, "Yo, Matt, drop the hammer." And he signed it, so that's pretty freaking awesome. And I also took some pictures with him. Well, he took my phone, and we just started taking a bunch of pictures. And he was just a really awesome guy. So, yeah, I also asked him about Gears of War 4 and if Marcus was going to make a cameo in Gears 4. And, you know, he was laughing, and he was like, you know, yeah, I'm trying to tell you as much as I can without, you know, telling you. But I am in the inside loop there, and, you know, just buy the game and your questions will be answered. That's pretty much what he said, and I was just like, okay, you know, just, you know, if I do buy the game, will my questions be answered at the beginning, middle, or end of the game? Trying to get him to say something and trick him, sort of, but it didn't work. So, but it was funny. Did he say, "Yo, Matt, drop the"? No, he didn't. I didn't want him to say anything in the Marcus voice, just because, like, almost every person that went before me had him do something in a voice, like the Bender voice or something like that. So I was like, you know, I've heard him do the Marcus voice before on video, like seen it in videos and stuff. So I didn't want him to, you know, I didn't want to bother him. Like, I already got his autograph, and I was asking for pictures. I didn't want to ask for another thing, like, oh, by the way, can you do this? Because there were people waiting behind me, and he was just a really cool guy. So I didn't want to, like, I'm sure he does that voice all the time, you know, but something that he might not do all the time is get a jokester talking to him like myself. No, I'm just kidding. But, you know, I don't know. I just didn't want to bother him. So, you click stairs like, no, you have a virus. So, you hate the Xbox One controller? The Xbox One controller is like one of the best design controllers ever, man. It's just like, it's so comfortable. I mean, if you're a PlayStation guy, then I can see why you wouldn't. But I love this controller. I think it's so good. I think the PlayStation controller is really bad for shooters, but that's just me. Anyway, So that's Comic-Con. Let's move into the next topic here, shall we? Which is the H1Z1 update. Now, this text is just going to be moving all over the place. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're just going to put it like here. And so whenever I type, it'll just go from the left. Unless there's a way I can fix it. I don't think there is. Yeah, I don't think there is, unfortunately. I could scroll, but I don't want to do a scroll thing. PS4 controller is fucking shit. I honestly, yeah, I like the Xbox One controller. I'm just bad at shooters. Okay. So anyway, H1Z1 update, which apparently came up twice. It has a lot of stuff going for it, but it's a really good update. You know, it's a step in the right direction. I'm really happy that, you know, they're doing this update. You know, and they're kind of moving slowly, honestly, with like development progress, because it feels like they go one step forward with a good idea, and then they take 2 steps back by, you know, not fixing things or promising things, and then having those things not being able to be done. For example, when they first announced H1Z1 and they were talking about the game and trying to basically get it hyped up so people would buy it, they were saying that, you know, there would be a certain size for the world, and then that world size would expand with future updates. And in the latest development stream, they said that the updates would halt, or I'm sorry, the updates would never be able to expand the map. That the current map size is going to be the only map size. And a lot of people, you know, I'm actually upset with that, because I would like to just explore for hours in areas that I've never seen. Because honestly, when I'm exploring now, even though they're adding new landmarks and things like that, I pretty much kind of know where I'm going, you know, like if I run in this direction, I'm gonna end up near Pleasant Valley. If I run this direction, I'll probably end up near the dam, or, you know, something like that. So it would just be good, because, like, for example, in DayZ is a really huge map. I haven't played DayZ enough to even recognize those certain things, you know, certain landmarks. But I feel like when I'm playing DayZ, if I just run in a direction, I could literally run like until my guy's dead, sort of thing. So yeah, you want to explore, but you only play BR. Well, that's, you know, survival wasn't, there was no reason for me to go back to survival, and it seems like now I'm actually really enjoying survival. I think it's good, especially if we can figure out how to build bases. That now that there was a wipe, and the new hospital and the ATVs and things like that, because basically what people were doing, where they were hoarding the cars, they were hoarding all the ammo, and they were just there was no reason to play it. You knew if you were going to go in a PvP server, you would probably just die within an hour. So that's why, you know, it just sucked playing that. But now, you know, that same thing could happen, but with there being ATVs, maybe there's more ways to get around, or, you know, it could be easier to maneuver the map or things like that. And it just seems like they're finally focusing a bit more on survival, which the reason I would play it now is because I know, oh, they're actually looking at survival. So if I go play survival, maybe some of my feedback could help them make it better. So that's why I think playing survival is actually alive again, and I actually want to play it again. Also, Battle Royale, of course I want to play that again. Battle Royale is a lot of fun. So yeah, awesome. You killed a guy today. Survival is so boring to watch. Well, I mean, it depends. You know, if we just, like, if we build a base, yeah, I mean, it's slower. It definitely is slower, and I'm not a role player. I don't really like to role play, like, you know, for hours or anything like that. But I think that it can be very exciting, because in survival, you know, you gotta, I feel like in survival, you can't just, like, hide and, like, you know, just take a bunch of shit and then and then just hoard everything and just sit there and not do anything. Like, I think it's really exciting if you go and maybe you have a little shack or something where you can keep stuff in, or maybe you do have a base, but you go out there and you try to raid shit. You know, you try to like kill teams and things like that. I think that's really exciting. It's really intense because if you die, it's not like you just respawn in and you can find a gun right away or anything. Like, you have to do everything over again, pretty much. I don't know. I just think it's really, it can get really intense, like more intense than BR. But BR obviously is fun because it's way more faster paced. Fast paced. I don't even know what paste. Glue? I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, new update's pretty awesome. I'm excited to play it again. And, well, actually, there's not a ton of hackers in survival anymore, Kmore. Not that I've come across. It's been a while, actually, since I've come across a hacker. And although there was that kid today who didn't die from those machete things, that didn't mean he was hacking. He could have just, you know, maybe he was desynced or something. I don't know. Or just the hit registration was god awful, something like that, because that's totally, you know, plausible. That could easily happen. So anyway, oh, excuse me. Let's move into the next topic here, which has to do with Battlefront. All right, I'll just do Star Wars Battlefront. Okay, so the Star Wars Battlefront beta ended, and I played a good amount of it, you know. And in the beginning, I was really happy with the game. I thought it was just a lot of fun, you know. I played, you know, we're playing Star Wars, so it's freaking awesome. The music that happens, you're like, oh shit, there's Luke, oh, there's Darth Vader coming after me, whatever it may be. It was really exciting. But like, the more I played it, and I know that there's going to be more maps and more game modes and things like that, but the more I played it, the more I felt like it was just like a normal shooter that was skinned like Star Wars. Yeah, I played a lot of it, Batman, actually, but I never played it on stream. So yeah. Oh my gosh, Star Wars. But you know, it just felt like it was another shooter, but skinned Star Wars style. And it might have just been because there's only 2 maps and 2 game modes or whatever. You know, there were only 2 maps, so maybe it felt a little stale there after a while. And I didn't really play it like a ton, but totally felt like a Star Wars. I mean, you know, obviously it's Star Wars, but when you're playing it, like it feels like it's just a skin. It feels like, kind of thing. Yeah, it's like a Battlefield mod sort of thing. So I don't like. It was fun, obviously, because it's Star Wars and a lot of stuff like that. But like the replay value, I don't know how much there's gonna be. Like, I feel like it almost is gonna fall into the same pit as Evolve kind of thing, but it's gonna last a little longer than that. I don't know, because after a while playing it, I just felt like, you know, one thing, they gotta fix the spawns. Some of the spawns are god awful. You just spawn in and people are shooting at you right away. So that's pretty bad. And I actually saw a lot of gameplay where that was happening as well. So it wasn't just me. Yeah, it totally felt like that, Batman. If you're like a huge Star Wars fanboy, maybe you can't see it. But honestly, you know, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. I think it's cool, but you know, after a while, you seem like you're doing the same kind of stuff, or as you do in other games. You know, I don't know. It didn't feel, and I've actually talked to people that played the other Star Wars games, and there are some concerns with this game, that it doesn't feel the same, and yeah. What people can you fuck people over in AT-AT? Well, it doesn't like that. I'm not talking about specifics like that. But for example, you could just get in a tank in Battlefield. That's pretty much the same thing. It may shoot different bullets, but you know, I'm talking about like the gameplay mechanics. Like, sure, you can get into an AT-AT, but you can get into a tank in Battlefield, and you can pretty much, you know, the map size is big, and you can go around and kill shit. you do a helicopter and shoot people. You know, like it feels like they just switched out vehicles and then just put skins on the Star Wars characters. That's what it felt like to me. But you know, it doesn't mean it's a bad game though. Doesn't, because the fact that it's Star Wars makes it better than Battlefield. It's just that it doesn't mean it's like this amazing game and it's unique and it's just, you know, it's not like it's as unique as the Star Wars movies. That's what I'm trying to say, is that, you know, when the Star Wars movies came out, people were like, whoa, this is cool, or whatever. I think they might have thought it was weird at first or something like that, but point was, it was different. And this doesn't feel entirely different from Battlefield. Yeah, no, I know. Well, it doesn't mean, just because it's the same developer doesn't mean they have to use the same shit from Battlefield. Like, that doesn't mean it at all. You know, there's developers, I mean, of course, Destiny and Halo are very, very similar, but there's developers that create different style games, and they, you know, it depends. It depends. They create different style games, but obviously it's the same developer. What's going on, Caliber the Sloth? Welcome back, man. How's it going? So I don't know. It really like this game. At first, I was like, "Oh, I should totally buy this," and then I was just like, you know, I don't know yet, because there's a lot of games. Like, I'm gonna be playing Zombies, Black Ops 3. I'm gonna be playing Halo 5. I'm gonna be playing Triforce Heroes. I'm gonna be playing No Man's Sky. It's like, do I really just want to play a Battlefield skin? Like, you know, I don't know. Like, it's gonna be awesome. I think it's gonna sell a lot and people are gonna love it, but I don't know how long people are gonna be playing it for. That's the thing. So anyway, you know, it wasn't bad, but I'm not head over heels for it. All right, so let's just move into the next topic. Totally felt different. I mean, the lasers whizzing by my face while trying to protect the hangar from incoming stormtroopers. And yeah, but see, you're saying all these things that are Star Wars terminology, but it doesn't mean that that terminology can easily just be swapped out for something else that already exists, like lasers, bullets, incoming stormtroopers, incoming enemies. You're getting fucked up by an AT-AT, helicopter. When I left the, you know, yeah, like it just the same. You're getting like a similar experience. It just looks different. So I don't know. Anyway, let's just skip this. We'll just talk about the Flash and Arrow real quick. I don't want to do any spoilers, but excuse me. The Flash and Arrow. So last week's and this week's The Flash were very good. Arrow last week was good. The ending is crazy, sort of. And Arrow is on tonight, 8 o'clock, so it's in about 40 minutes. So it's been very good. I'm very pleased with the beginning of these seasons, and actually the Flash episode that aired yesterday was really freaking awesome. I don't want to spoil anything, but what I will say is that the last episode of the first season, you see a certain thing happen, and episode 2, they're kind of like episode 2 of the Flash. You kind of get some answers from that last season, last episode of the last season. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Am I pre-ordering Battlefront? No, I don't think so, Caliber. I don't think I'm gonna be getting it for a while. So yeah. But it was pretty good. It was pretty good. The Flash and Arrow, and I won't be watching Arrow, or maybe I'll be watching Arrow tonight, but I won't be watching it when it airs. When it airs, get it? Arrow, when it airs. Anyway, yeah, this is a season 1 video because I didn't want. Well, I mean, I also talked about season 1, you know, the last episode, season 1, but this is just. I just typed in the Flash and stuff because I didn't want to put a season 2 thing up just in case Bags was watching because he hasn't finished season 1 yet. So yeah, but anyway. Let's get into the next topic here. I just want to say they're very good, and if you haven't started watching them yet, you should watch them. Anyway, this is actually really exciting news. October 27th. So, Overwatch, the very anticipated game from Blizzard. Their first FPS. Whoa, RJP, what's going on, man? It's good to see you. It's been a while. Excuse me, how's life? How's life treating you? Yeah, he hasn't finished season 1 yet, Batman. Excuse me. But Overwatch, so it's the first ever first-person shooter from Blizzard, and they will be having a beta for it on October 27th. So this is something I already signed up for. I don't know if I'll get in, but it looks freaking awesome. So basically, if you don't know what Overwatch is, it's this game where there's a bunch of different classes, and it's a first-person shooter, like a traditional multiplayer style or like arena style game. So thank you for the host there, Steric. Appreciate it. It's good to hear, RJP. Good to hear, man. So I'm really excited. A lot of people were looking forward to the beta. They didn't know when it was going to happen. It turns out it's going to be in about 2 weeks from today. So really excited for the Overwatch beta. There's a lot of stuff coming out in October. There's going to be Halo, and then this, and then in November it's going to be Black Ops 3, and then there's going to be No Man's Sky at some point, and then there's also in October is Triforce Heroes, and it's like, whoa, calm down. It's an FPS with different classes. What is this, TF2? Yeah, I mean, you could say it's similar to that, but I actually think that Lawbreakers, which is being made by Boss Key Studios, is very similar to Overwatch. At least it looks like that. Well, I won't be getting Fallout 4, Batman, so that's why I didn't mention it. So yeah, but I'm very excited for the Overwatch beta. I've watched a good amount of gameplay on it, on the different classes and stuff, but the true test obviously will be playing it to see if everything is balanced and if it's actually a fun game, and if it's not just something frustrating. But I'm really excited to play it. Blizzard, I've really enjoyed Hearthstone. That's been like a game that I've fallen in love with, and I think it's awesome. So hopefully this is another game that I will just love and love and love. So before we get into the next topic, guys, make sure you guys submit viewer topics. All you gotta do is type !topic and then put your topic afterwards, and then it will be submitted. So make sure you guys submit viewer topics, because we have a viewer topic segment at the end of the show, and we'll talk about that stuff then. So next topic here is Friday the 13th game. I can hear K-More freaking out right now, and he's like, yeah, we did it, Reddit. Anyway, so Friday the 13th game is currently on Kickstarter. It's trying to reach $700,000 goal, and I think it's probably at like 300 or 400,000 at this point, maybe even more. This game, it's a cool idea. I do think it's a cool idea, and I think that it could be really freaking awesome. The only reason I don't want to pay for it right now on Kickstarter is because they haven't shown any gameplay. They've shown cinematics. Everything looks awesome. I really think that this game could be really cool, and I think that it will be. It has the potential to just be unique in the industry, because it's like think Evolve, but think like lore based, which is really cool. It's just a really cool idea. K-More, you say how can they show gameplay, but when H1Z1 was announced, you can show early alpha gameplay. Like, that's not crazy to think. Like, for example, Overwatch has shown gameplay. You can show gameplay from games that aren't out yet. You can easily do that. They obviously, like, showing a cinematic, is cool and all, but people want to see gameplay. So, you think, like, the games that you see at E3, that's gameplay. Like, for example, this isn't a giant company making the game. This is a pretty small damn company making this. Okay, well, No Man's Sky has shown gameplay, and they have 10 people making the game. They have 10 people making No Man's Sky, and they've shown a buttload of gameplay. So they can easily make gameplay from this. Easily. I mean, well, I'm not saying it's easy to develop it, but what I'm saying is that it's not like, you know, if they release gameplay, people are gonna be like, oh my god, they released gameplay, it's only early alpha, that's crazy. 10 people after how many years? I don't know, a few maybe. It hasn't been like the point is like this isn't that small of a company making this game, Kmore. Like they have like the original Friday the 13th like cinematographer or something like that working on it and stuff. Like they have people from like the original movie that are helping with this. Yeah, they only have 10 people working on it. Kmore, the point is that when No Man's Sky announced their game, they had gameplay to show with it. When Friday the 13th announced their game, they didn't have gameplay to show with it. And that's the problem. Why couldn't they just wait and show gameplay? Like, that is the most important part to me. You know, you can have great cinematics, but if the gameplay blows, I don't want to play the game. For example, I played Just Cause 3 at New York Comic Con, and it said early alpha gameplay. The guy even was talking about it. He's like, oh, this is early alpha stuff. And I could see bugs in the game. The game looked fantastic, but the controls were awful. So that is why gameplay is important to me. I'm not going to spend $25 on a game that might be disappointing to me. You know, when I see a game on early access on Steam, I try to look at gameplay for that game to see, oh, maybe I'll like that. I don't go look for cinematic trailers and then I go buy the game thinking that it's going to be awesome from the cinematics. I look at gameplay. I look at other people playing it. So that's why gameplay is important. And it's not impossible for them to release gameplay for this game. And looking at this cinematic, this thing probably took a really long time to do. So, you know, it's being built on Unreal Engine 4, which, you know, you can show gameplay through that. I don't know. You know, hopefully they release gameplay before the Kickstarter goal is gone, or maybe, I don't know. But I don't plan on backing this until I see gameplay, or if it gets fully backed and the gameplay isn't out, then I just will have to wait for gameplay and then decide if I want to buy it. Where's the gameplay from your game that you're creating? I don't have it because I haven't been working on it because I've been working on other stuff. But see, but even with that, Kmore, I could easily show you gameplay from that. I literally hit play in Unreal Engine and it shows gameplay. Isn't that crazy? I know it's a lot more complicated than that, especially when you're showing something like this. But yeah, yeah, I haven't announced it yet. I don't have the gameplay ready, right? So yeah. Actually, let me look up real quick. Hello Games. Hello Games. Hello Games was formed in 2009. Okay, so it's been 6 years. They've released Joe Danger 2. So they released Joe Danger in 2010. They released Joe Danger 2 in 2012, and No Man's Sky is supposed to come out this year. So I'm assuming that they started working on that in 2012 or 2013, depending on when they released Joe Danger 2. So 2 years they've been working on it, I guess. 10 people, you know, like that is normal for development. So Joe Dirt, yeah, Joe Dirt. Okay, yeah, No Man's Sky is supposed to come out this year. Batman. Nope, it's not next year. It's supposed to come out this year. That's why everybody's waiting for a release date. If you go on the No Man's Sky subreddit, people are like super speculating release dates. They actually thought it was supposed to release in October at some point, but nobody knows because he went on the Colbert Report and stuff like that talking about the game, and yeah, it's set for a 2015 release date. So yeah, still gonna fuck up your PS4 plans. I'll just get it for PC. So yeah, but yeah. Anyway, so Friday the 13th. I don't know why I put beta at the end. I didn't mean to put beta, but I did. I don't know why. Anyway, let's get into the next topic here. Hearthstone Patron Nerf. So if you guys don't know, there is a deck that you can play. What's going on, Jarno? How's it going? Welcome to the stream, man. there's a deck that you can play in Hearthstone. It is called Patron Warrior, and it's a really strong deck. It is actually completely unbalanced, and one of the reasons for that is that one of the reasons people say it's unbalanced is because you could have nothing on your side of the board one turn, and then when it's your turn, you can end up dealing like 50 damage to the opponent. Which isn't, you know, you have 10 mana, like you shouldn't be able to deal that much damage without having anything on the board, that's completely, you know, overpowered. So they've decided to nerf it, and the way that they nerfed it is very interesting. There is a card called Warsong Commander, which basically it gives minions with 3 or less attack charge. So that's interesting because that works with the Grim Patron card, which is what basically is used to win using the Grim Patron deck. So the way that they nerfed it was they actually didn't nerf Grim Patron. They nerfed the Warsong Commander. So instead of the Warsong Commander giving 3 or less attack minions charge, it now gives charge minions +1 attack. So that means it completely renders the Grim Patron deck, it's useless now, because Grim Patrons don't have charge. So very interesting. I think it's finally it's great, because it was so frustrating playing decks like this that they would just have 50 burst damage in one, like that's ridiculous. You shouldn't be able to do that. So it's good to hear that there's a Hearthstone Grim Patron nerf coming. And yeah, so this is we're gonna go into the last topic here, guys, and after that we're gonna get into viewer topics. So if you haven't submitted a viewer topic, make sure that you guys submit a viewer topic. Excuse me. And yeah, you can type !! topic in the chat, and then type your topic afterwards. So next topic here is the Doom closed alpha. Oh boy. Oh boy. So Doom was a game that I saw at E3 that I think looked freaking awesome, and I'm really excited for it. It is Doom 4, and if you played Wolfenstein The New Order, you got access to Doom 4 closed alpha. So I already redeemed my code like as soon as I got Wolfenstein, so I redeemed it a long time ago. I'm looking forward to playing Doom 4, the closed alpha. I'm not sure when it releases. I don't think it's been announced yet, but you can sign up for it now. But you only can sign up for it if you have a code from Wolfenstein. So basically, Wolfenstein The New Order would give you a code that you could use on the Doom website in order to register for the alpha. So the only way you can get into the closed alpha is through Wolfenstein The New Order. Now, if you buy Wolfenstein The New Order now, I'm not sure if it gives you a code. I'm not sure if there was like a time limit on when you were supposed to buy it, but mine did have it, so I obviously got into the Doom alpha, which is really cool. So I'm really excited for this game. I played a little bit of Doom 3, but which is, this trailer actually sparked my interest in the other Doom games, because this one looks badass. Like, you just look like a badass mofo, and I just can't, I can't wait to play the Doom closed alpha. I'll obviously play it on stream if it's not under NDA or something like that, but really looking forward to it. I'm sorry, I'm just watching gameplay over here. I'm like, oh man, he's just kicking ass. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I just can't wait. Can't wait for the Doom closed alpha. We got Overwatch beta coming. We got a bunch of stuff coming. I'm excited. And let's just get into viewer topics here, guys, shall we? So viewer topic time. Oh yeah. Let me just center this, because it just doesn't want to center, does it? So if I go and I open up my viewer topics here, and we'll get into it. So if you guys have viewer topics, or if you have questions or things you want me to cover, all you got to do is type ! topic in the chat, and then put your topic afterwards. And yeah. Okay, so here are the topics here. First one comes from Urban Batman. He says, Dark Souls tomorrow, Kappa. Tomorrow I'm actually working all day, so if I do end up streaming, it'll be at night. I don't know if I will be. It really depends. Some days I don't know how long I'm going to be there for, depending on how much work they want me to get done. So hopefully it's not an overload of work. That would suck if it was. But, you know, I don't know. I think, I don't know if, I really love playing single player games right now. Of course, the new H1Z1 update came out, so I'm really interested in playing that as well. But like Life is Strange, I had a great time playing that, and I really think that playing single player games is really good for my channel as well, because you know, when you're playing a multiplayer game, it's fun. You know, it's obviously a lot of fun. It's usually pretty fast paced, but when you play a single player game, it's like you can experience the game with other people, you know? Like, for example, when I was playing Life is Strange, like K-More and a few other people who were in here knew what was going to happen in the game, and they just really wanted to see my reaction to it. So I thought that was really cool. Like, that's a really cool interaction to have with viewers, is that, you know, like we had Sarah in here, who is completely new to the stream. And she was just saying that, oh, she likes to watch streamers react to different things and see what choices they pick in the game. And I just think that's really cool. So single player allows you to do that. And when multiplayer, you know, is just different. So, yeah. Next question here comes, so maybe Dark Souls. I don't know. It really depends if I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. K-More has the next question, and he says, we demand Gears of War. There's other games I'm playing right now, man, but maybe the Gears of War campaign would be cool soon. Next question comes from Steric, and he says, if humans can't see air, can fish see water? That's a good question, but I would imagine that they could, seeing how, like, if there was a fish here, like in the water, if I was in the water right now and there was a fish near me, and they saw me like hit my hand underwater, and then they saw the bubbles, they could probably see the bubbles, you know. But actually, I don't know. Would they see the water? That's a good question. Anyway, next question here comes from Batman. He says, Spoons is a scrub. Thank you, sir. Next question comes from Steric and says, Life is Strange Episode 4. Are you ready? I am really excited for Episode 4. Apparently, it's a really long episode, though. I actually have to look up how long that episode is, because it could be really intense. But I'm looking forward to it. Life is Strange is a really great game, and I'm looking forward to it. Next question, K-More. Fuck your other game. Okay, thank you, K-More. Next question comes from Jarno, and Jarno says, Star Wars Battlefront beta, what did you like, what did you hate, and what did you want to see in the full game? Okay, so we actually covered this earlier in the show, but I'll just talk about it real quickly again. I really liked the Battlefront beta when I first started playing it, and as I played it more, I kind of felt like it was almost like a Battlefield skin, and I know that's been said a lot, but it's not in the sense that it doesn't mean that it's not a good game anymore. It just feels like, you know, you could have just taken Battlefield and skinned it Star Wars, you know, replacing vehicles and replacing the look of everything, obviously, and maybe like a few mechanics, and then it just felt like, that's what it felt like. So I'm not sure how the replay value is going to be for a game like that, because it's going to feel so familiar to me that I don't know how the longevity of a game like that would be for me. It doesn't mean that the game isn't going to sell well. It doesn't mean that Star Wars isn't awesome. It doesn't mean that the game isn't fun. It just means I don't know how long it's going to be fun for me. So that's why I don't really want to buy it right away or anything. Also, the fact that I'm going to be playing a lot of other games such as Black Ops 3, Halo 5, No Man's Sky whenever that gets a release date, and Triforce Heroes, and any other game that I just can't remember. You know, the Overwatch beta is going to happen. So, you know, it's not that it's a bad game. It just, I really didn't, no, it's all good, Jarno. No worries, man. I don't mind saying it again. So, yeah. You know, it's not that it was a bad game. It's just I don't know how long it's going to be fun for. So that's why I'm waiting for a release to see what other people say about it, say about the full game. You gonna go to McDonald's after this? All right. Yeah, they have all day breakfast. Indeed, they do. Urban Batman has the next question. It says, "That's why I want you to play Dark Souls. I want to see how you're gonna act to bosses." Yeah, see, exactly, like stuff like that. Now, Dark Souls brings out Salt City for me, and And basically, yeah, Salt City, population me. But so yeah, see, that's why single player games are really cool, and I've been really enjoying doing that. Do I have a cap card for your 3DS to stream Triforce Heroes? I do not, actually. Cap cards for that are pretty expensive. They're like really expensive for that kind of stuff. So I won't be streaming Triforce Heroes, but I do want to play it because I really enjoyed Four Swords. So Triforce Heroes is similar to that in the sense where you can play with friends and beat dungeons together and things. So I'm really excited for Triforce Heroes. But yeah. Salt City population, everyone. Okay, so next question comes from K-More. It says, will I be in the group for zombies on Black Ops 3? Boy, or will you have a full group of friends? Bible thump. Well, that is a good question. K-More, we don't like you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. So the thing is that on Xbox One, zombies is 4 people. So it's me and Bags, and we also have 2 other friends, my buddy Ricky and Weasel. You guys know Weasel. He's been in here before, Mr. Peeble. They both have Xbox Ones, but they really don't play it that much. So basically, me and Bags will play it a lot. And I do have some other friends that I play on PC with, like the other Matt, who they have Xbox Ones, but they will just play PC over Xbox One. So they're probably going to get Black Ops 3, I would imagine, for PC. But me and Bags aren't because we can split the price of it easily. So it looks like we'll have spots open to play with people. As far as I know, I don't know if my buddies Ricky and Weasel will be getting Black Ops 3 and playing it with us. But my bet is that if they do get it, they won't even be playing it a lot with us. So yeah, we'll probably have spots open indeed. I was just kidding. Okay, more. You're gonna get it for PS4 now since it wasn't included on the PC friends list. What? You don't even have an Xbox One, Batman. That's why I didn't bring you up, because you don't have an Xbox One. I'm getting Black Ops 3 for the Xbox One. And I was talking about my PC friends that have Xbox Ones. Quote 100 has to be good. No more quotes till it's the right time. Okay. Okay, so next question comes from Jarno, and Jarno says, are you hyped for Assassin's Creed Syndicate? You know, not really, to be honest. I played the last Assassin's Creed Unity, and although, it was a good game, I thought it was a good game, I never beat it, and I just kind of moved on from it. That's usually what happens with Assassin's Creed games for me. Is that, the only reason I bought Unity is because it had the co-op feature, which is really freaking cool, and I really liked it. But I just, I played it for a good while, and then I just kind of moved on from it because other games came out. So that's the thing with Assassin's Creed games, is you really need to be invested into them in order to complete them. There's a lot to do. There's a lot of side mission things that you can do, and if you really want 100% the game, there's a lot of content. So the last Assassin's Creed game I actually beat was Assassin's Creed 2, and that is my favorite game. And I think the reason it's my favorite is because it's the one I beat. It's the one that kept my interest the most, and that I really wanted to beat to see what happened because I was really into the story. And the other games I played a lot of, but I never beat them. So Assassin's Creed Syndicate, honestly, the setting for it really doesn't have me excited. I really want them to do like a Japanese or an Egyptian Assassin's Creed. I think those games are going to be freaking awesome if they do it properly. But I'm not really excited for Assassin's Creed Syndicate. But it doesn't mean it's going to be a bad game or something. I'm interested to see more gameplay from it when it does come out, but I don't think I'll be getting it. I know Bags will be getting it because he always gets the Assassin's Creed games because he really likes playing them. But personally, for me, I don't think I'll be getting it. I'm just gonna wait until there's the setting for Assassin's Creed is something that interests me. And honestly, the London setting for Syndicate really doesn't pique my interest that much. Excuse me. Okay, next question here comes from K-More and says, what about the Black Ops 3 co-op campaign, Bible Thumb? So I've never really been into Call of Duty campaigns. I'm just excited for zombies, man. That's what I'm mainly excited for, and I guess multiplayer. But if I did the co-op campaign, I guess I'd do it with Bags. But I mean, I don't really play the campaigns for Call of Duty. I have no interest. I don't even know what it's about. I have no idea what it's about. I don't even remember what the last Call of Duty was about. The one before that, the Advanced Warfare campaign, no idea what it's about. Ghost campaign, no idea what. I don't know what any of the campaigns are about in Call of Duty. Maybe except for Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops. I don't know. I played like one of them. I never beat a Call of Duty campaign. The Call of campaign is 4-player. Okay, see, I didn't even know that. I guess we could do that too. If it's good, but Syndicate has a grappling hook and the hidden blade. That's kind of cool, actually. But yeah, I don't know what Call of Duty campaigns are about. There's war going on. See, the characters in it don't like. I'm not interested in them. You know, like for example, like I think one of the big reasons I love zombies, other than the fact that the gameplay is freaking awesome and intense and just really cool, is like I feel like I know those characters more than I know the characters in Call of Duty campaigns, like Nikolai and Dempsey and Takio. I think that I know those guys more, and Richtofen. There, I completed it for you. There you go. And of course, there's other zombies characters, but those are the main four. I feel like I know those guys more than I even know the guys in the Call of Duty campaigns. So, so yeah, you know, like Halo has Master Chief. Everybody, you know, you can get invested in Master Chief's story. Gears has Marcus, and like, well, Gears is really good about character development. They have, you know, they connect you with the characters really easily, and it's really great. But you know, like those games, I feel like Call of Duty doesn't have like a. When you think of Call of Duty, you don't think like when you think of Gears, you probably think Marcus Phoenix, or one of the other main characters. When you think of Halo, you obviously think Master Chief. When you think of Call of Duty, I think of a 12-year-old kid. I don't think of anyone specific from Call of Duty. I just think of like a guy, like an army guy. So, you know, I'm not really, you know, maybe the campaign's really good, and sure, it could be. And 4-player co-op does seem tempting, but I'm definitely going to focus on the other parts of the game first, because that's what I'm really excited for. Yes, you need breakfast there, Steric, your McDonald's breakfast. So that seems to be the last question here. Thank you guys for hanging out. I do appreciate it. This is episode number 33 of The Spoonful. If you're new to the stream and you're watching, lurking, whatever, make sure you hit the follow button. Thank you guys for hanging out. I do appreciate it. There will be a stream after this. Just give me a little bit of time, guys, so I can get everything reorganized and just kind of chill a little bit. But there will be a stream after this. I will be playing H1Z1. Going to be playing some Battle Royale, probably. And yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. I do appreciate it. And I hope that you have a great rest of your night. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Stick around in the chat. I'll leave the spoon spot on so you guys can gain some extra spoons, which I like to do. But yeah, I'll see you.